কি জানি শুনতে পাচ্ছি কিনা। Sir, can you hear me? Register, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Shani ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, choose virtual background.
I can.
Okay, sir.
ব্লার করে দিন বা এটা করলে ব্লার হয়ে যাবে। হ্যাঁ, ডাউনলোড করুন। এবার করে দিন, তাহলে এবার দাও, ওটাই দাও, সিলেক্টর দাও, ক্লোজ করে দিন স্যার। এটা ক্লোজ করুন। ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ডটা ব্লার হয়ে গেছে।
Shiny ma'am, so we shall begin dot 11. Okay.
Shani ma'am, ready?
Yes. Reverend Father Vice Chancellor, may I have your permission to begin the proceedings?
Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, Father. Good morning. It gives me great pleasure to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. John Felix Raj, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. Sebasti L. Raj, respected Registrar, Professor Ashish Mitro, respected deans, faculty members, staff, parents, well-wishers, and my dear students to the induction program for the undergraduate courses for the academic year 2021-22. This day holds a very special significance for all of us as we welcome our new undergraduate students to our Xaverian family. We shall implore God for His grace. Now, let us listen to a prayerful song.
स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
May I now invite Dr. Ankuna Moithro to enlighten us with a reading from the Holy Bible.
The Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verses 13 to 16. Salt and light. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Amen. The end of reading.
Thank you, Dr. Moithro. I would now like to invite Reverend Father Dr. Sebasti L. Raj, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, to deliver the welcome address.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Felix Raj, respected Registrar, Professor Ashish Mitro, my dear Jesuit companions of the university, Reverend Sisters, the Deans, Heads of Departments, and faculty and staff members. On behalf of all of you, and on behalf of the Provincial Superior and the Chancellor of St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, Father Raphael Joseph Hyde, it is my great pleasure to extend a warm welcome to the new students of St. Xavier's University, Kolkata. My dear students, you are beginning a new experience in your life, a new phase in your life, from school life to college life. It has its own excitement and also problems. You will have to learn to adjust yourself to the new phase of your life. We are here to assist you in this task. You have joined a Jesuit institution, which has an educational tradition of almost 500 years all over the world. In India, too, we have a glorious tradition of higher education for about 175 years. You are therefore joining this historically well-known educational system of the Jesuit fathers. In all the Jesuit educational institutions, we have a mission to achieve for the benefit of each one of you. Let me list them. First of all, we would like to ensure and promote the all-round formation of each one of you: academic, intellectual, emotional, cultural, spiritual, etc. Secondly, We would like you to become a balanced, mature, responsible person so that you are able to face the realities of life successfully. Number 3, we would like to make each one of you a hard-working person, filled with a sense of hope and confidence, with a positive attitude in life, ready to face the challenges of life, courageously, with the determination, with trust in God and in His providence. Number 4, we would like to make each one of you a man or a woman for others in the use of your knowledge, energy, and resources to serve the people, to serve the nation, to serve particularly the poor and the marginalized. Number 5, as the citizens of a multicultural, multilingual, multi-religious, multiracial India, we would like to help you to imbibe the cherished values and principles of a pluralistic society and culture, which will respect all people, irrespective of culture, caste, color, religion, race, etc. As a corollary to this, we would also like to help you to give up all types of hatred, discrimination, domination, exploitation, and injustice, which is prevalent, unfortunately, in our country to a great extent. The management and the staff of St. Xavier's University, Kolkata will endeavor to promote these focus areas by creating a suitable ambience. This is our commitment to and promise to you. On your part, we expect each one of you to cooperate with us wholeheartedly so that you form yourself in such a way that you are able to live a highly successful life. Once again, on behalf of all of us in the university, I welcome each one of you to St. Xavier's University and wish you great learning and personal growth. Although we are far away from one another for the present because of the restrictions of the COVID-19 pandemic, we hope and pray that very soon we will be able to live and learn together in the university campus. May God bless all of you and your family members. Stay safe and healthy as you commence today a new and challenging journey of your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Father, for inspiring our students with your words of wisdom. May I now invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. John Felix Raj, to deliver the inaugural address.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Shoini. Reverend Father Sebastian Raj, our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Ashish Mitra, our Registrar, Fathers, respected Deans, officers of the university, faculty members, and my dear students, freshers, and their parents. It gives me great joy on this auspicious occasion to join all of you at this inaugural function. It is my pleasure, and I join all the faculty members today in extending a very warm welcome to all the undergraduate students who are joining St. Xavier's University, Kolkata. I want to christen you today. Whether you have been in any Jesuit school or Jesuit institution, but today in a very special way, I want to christen you as a Xaverian. Every one of you today becomes a Xaverian as a member of St. Xavier's University's Xaverian family. It's always said, once a Xaverian, always a Xaverian. This is a famous phrase among the alumni and alumnae. And I'm sure once you pass out after 3 years from the portals of St. Xavier's University, you will also be an alumnus or an alumna. And you will also keep saying, once a Xaverian, always a Xaverian. On this occasion, I seek the blessings of God Almighty on each one of us, on you especially, on the faculty members and your seniors, as well as your family members, so that all of us can emerge stronger and wiser from this crisis and build a better world for our future generations. We began in July 2017 this university. While inaugurating the university, the Honorable Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, said, St. Xavier's has played an exemplary role in spreading excellence in education and peace and harmony in society at large. She expressed her firm belief that St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, will soon attain global significance, thriving on the principles of faith and wisdom. And we are trying to be true to her belief and expectations. We are 4 years old and we are beginning the 5th year. And there are 960 undergraduate freshers who have joined this inaugural function today. All the freshers put together, undergraduate, postgraduate, MBA, and PhD students, we will have this year about 1,300 freshers. So that makes to a total strength of about 3,300 students within just 4 years. It's a good sign that we are growing. It's all because of the blessings of Almighty and also the goodwill of the state government of West Bengal and our people. In 2019, 135 students graduated from this university, postgraduate students after 2 years of their course in this university. In 2020, we had 472 students passed out. And in 2021, this year in June, 626 passed out. And this number of students who are graduating is on the increase. I'm sure the future of you, the 3 years that you would spend, or more years if you choose to study your post-graduation, or still more if you choose to do your PhD, will always be fruitful for you. Because we have a wonderful institution with a beautiful environment, and we have a competent faculty members who will accompany you at every moment of your life in this university. I want to tell you something about our patron. Why? After 3 years of BCom, one of our students, not from the university, but from the college, tried to get an admission in XLRI. And so when they had the GD and PI, in the personal interview, the professor asked him, "You are from St. Xavier's College, Kolkata. Could you tell me who St. Xavier's was? Who was that man?" And the boy scratched his head and said, "He's one of the fathers at St. Xavier's College." You see, this is after 3 years of life at St. Xavier's, he didn't know who the patron of the institution was. And that's why I want to tell you something about our patron, that is Saint Francis Xavier. Now, 480 years ago, it's not today, he was a professor at the renowned University of Paris. He completed his post-graduation there and joined the university as a professor. And Ignatius was his student and later a companion. While at the university as a professor, Francis Xavier seemed destined for academic success and worldly fame. But in the course of time, Ignatius's question, a quote from the Bible, from the New Testament, I quote, "What will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul?" These were the words St. Ignatius kept repeating to Francis Xavier. And in a couple of days, Francis Xavier was converted. And he began to later dedicate his life, totally committed to the service as a Jesuit. The Indian mission of the Jesuits lies at the very beginning of the Jesuit order. That's about 408 years ago. It is to India the founder, St. Ignatius of Loyola, sent his son Francis Xavier. And to him and to his followers, Ignatius gave that inspiration and those guidelines, which became the foundation of the Jesuit educational mission and methods in India. Francis Xavier set foot on the Indian soil on May 6th, 1542. He was a pedagogue of phenomenal excellence. And he lived only for 10 years in India or in Asia. And during the 10 years of his life and work in Asia, this is called Xaverian decade. Francis Xavier established and administered 5 Jesuit schools and 1 college. And this first college that he opened in Goa is the first one, or the beginning of many, many colleges that were to follow. In 10 years of his stay in this part of the world, from 1542 to 1552, it is said he traveled about 50,000 kilometers by sea and by land for his work. And he is described as the apostle of the East. And Xavier did not return from his trip to China in 1552. He fell ill there and died on December 3rd in a small island facing China. And he was buried at the beach there. And then later his body was brought to Goa, where it remains for such a long time. Education has been the primary work of the Jesuits. Hence, we have this Jesuit dictum. Give us a boy. I suppose I have to add also, give us a girl. Okay, then we'll return to you a man and a woman, a citizen of his or her country, and a child of God. I want to say something about our crest. The crest also follows from the life and charism of the Jesuits. The crest of St. Xavier's University, which you would find in the campus and which you would find on the website, is modeled on the beautiful crest of the family of St. Francis Xavier. It has been adapted to local surroundings, that is suggestive of a native flavor of a university in India, especially West Bengal, and you can see it by yourself. There is a garter on the top bearing the words St. Xavier's University, Kolkata. And there is a scroll underneath inscribed with the words Nihil Ultra, which means nothing beyond. And this is the motto of St. Xavier's College and St. Xavier's University. The crest signifies dignity, courage, quiet gleam, and the call of the beyond. The quest persists towards higher education. And so the journey that you have begun in higher education is endless. This journey is not just for 3 years alone, but it will keep continuing. Let me touch upon for you, as this is the foundation day, on the Jesuit charism and Jesuit values, because it is the charism and the spirituality of the Jesuits and their values which make a Jesuit institution and Jesuit education unique. It's not only in India, it is in many countries, in many places. Jesuit education is sought after. St. Xavier's or Loyola has become a brand in India. So everyone, even if they don't like Jesuits, okay, they want to send their children to the Jesuit institution. This is what it is in our country. The Jesuits arguably impart the best known education in this country. The Jesuit Educational Initiative is the largest private network in this country today. They have about 65 colleges, 18 management institutes, a number of research institutes, communication centers, like even EMMRC under St. Xavier's College, Kolkata. And so the Jesuit values and strategies flow from the Ignatian charism and legacy, which are centered around what I want to take upon a few points. And I think it is good for you to understand, and we would like you to become Jesuits, young lay Jesuits. You don't need to join us. You don't need to, of course, become religious, but you must imbibe the values of Jesuits. What is it? As you walk along the corridors of this institution, of any, for that matter, any Jesuit institution, as you enter the campus, you would definitely find what you call this Jesuit motto, AMDG. Now, AMDG is a Latin phrase that is ad majorem Dei gloria, for the greater glory of God. And this is what we want to share with you. The Jesuit motto must, of course, become part and parcel of your life. And what is this? That everything we do in our life, whether we are in the classroom listening to a lecture, whether we are on the play field playing football, whether we are watching some programs, whether we are returning home, whether on the road, whatever it is, whatever you do as a Xaverian, you do it for the greater glory of God. This is what it means. And so start doing from today. If you have not done before, start doing everything that you do. Study or play or eat or sleep. Do it for the greater glory of God. The second important thing, the uniqueness of a Jesuit education, is called cura personalis. The cura personalis is care for the person. In a Jesuit institution, you would find a personal care for the individual. Professors and the Jesuit fathers will accompany you very closely. And the third one is what we call Magis. And I spoke to you about the Crest and then the motto of St. Xavier's University, which is Nihil Ultra. And this motto flows from this term called Magis. Magis means greater, greater, and greater. The greater service to greater number of people is the purpose, aim, goal of a Jesuit institution. And so we reach out to people. We must become pioneers. There is never a failure. There is never a problem. We always march ahead. And so this Magis is expressed in our motto, Nihil Ultra. And what is this Nihil Ultra? These two words, Nihil Ultra, mean without limit, infinite, unending. These words reflect the spirit of our lives. They reflect the rhythm of our universe, the vision of our minds, the hymn of our compassion, the depth of our hearts. Nihil Ultra also mean development, advancement, betterment, because only these are without limit. nihil ultra, and you're beginning a journey of nihil ultra. Of course, the next point is finding God in all things. As we said, for the greater glory of God, you find God in your companions, in your friends. You find God in this institution. Many people have expressed to me, as I have met good many of them, alumni, alumnae, they have told me that when they enter a Jesuit institution, especially where they were, St. Xavier's College, now St. Xavier's University, they experience the presence of the divine, a certain unique experience of the divine as they enter, a sense of safety, a sense of security, a sense of care and concern. Not that these are not in any other institutions, but this is the experience of our own alumni and alumnae. This finding God in all things is the essence of the unique spirituality of St. Ignatius of Loyola. What is it? God is not remote from us. He's not just far away. He's just in us and around us. He is at the point of our pens. He is at the point of our picks, of our paint brushes, of our needles. And so our hearts and thoughts are around and in the minds of God. It is a way of discerning God's presence in our daily life. And so we begin a journey of discernment. In the spirit of Jesuit charism and in the spirit of Jesuit legacy, we have, my dear young friends, 2 courses offered at this university. Besides, of course, the course that you have taken, whether it be BCom or BMS or English or mass communication or economics, whatever course that you have taken. But we have 2 important courses with 1 credit each. What are these courses? It is the spirit of, as it was said by Father Sebastian Raj, that we are living in a country which is multi-religious, multi-linguistic, multicultural. And so in a country like this, we need to have a broad understanding. And so we are offering a course called Religious Studies for Global Citizenship. It's a 1 credit course offered in the first semester, and every Xaverian, every student who joins St. Xavier's University has to take this course, a compulsory paper which is offered at this university. Why is this? After 3 years or 5 years or 10 years, when you want to leave this institution, we feel we want to know that you leave with a greater appreciation of all religions. And so this course gives you the basics of all religions so that you understand these religions, appreciate these religions. And another foundation course that we offer is for your social involvement, a non-academic credit. And this is important so that in the context of our country, which lives about 90% in villages, we will have to understand our rural sector. We have to understand the rural problems. And so I want to quote Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi said, "We find wisdom and knowledge in the temples of our educational institutions. And we find the temples of prosperity in our villages." So villages are the temples of prosperity, when educational institutions are the temples of wisdom and knowledge. And so these 2, villages and colleges and universities, must meet. And who are those people in between? Our students and faculty members. And that's why we encourage our students to go to villages, to be with village children, to meet village people, village leaders, and speak to them and understand that we are also aware of the problems of the villages, not just live in the cities and within the 4 walls of our institutions. Therefore, St. Xavier's University takes this bold step to imbibe these values into the minds and hearts of our students. The new Education Policy 2020 was announced last year. It's more or less about 16 months ago. And this new education policy views quality universities and quality colleges in the context of a new and futuristic vision of India's higher education. And this policy aims to deliver high quality higher education with equity, inclusion, access, affordability, and accountability in a system consisting of large and multidisciplinary and autonomous university and colleges. And we are one among them. And we want to be different, and at the same time, we want to be part of this ocean and trying to influence not only our student community, but also our neighborhood. Today, my dear friends, we hear a loud and clear call to channelize our energies and commit ourselves to explore the uncharted paths of the future so as to forge a harmonious society thriving with liberty, equality, and fraternity. Come, let us join together, all the faculty members and you. Let us walk together with the hope and the spirit of nihil ultra, nothing beyond. We shall overcome the denial caused by this present pandemic and also the problems that we will experience in society today. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you, Xaverians, and I am sure that this institution, your life in this institution will benefit for a bright future in the years to come. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you, Father, for motivating students with your insightful presentation of the Jesuit values. I now invite our respected registrar, Professor Ashish Mitra, to address our new batch of students.
Thank you. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. John Felix Raj, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Sebastian Raj, Deans of the Faculty, Fathers, teachers, officers, and my dear students. Good morning to all of you. It is both an honor and a privilege to be here today and welcome the students of undergraduate degree programs of this university. You are those fortunate ones who have entered the first level of formal higher education. Why I'm saying fortunate? That yes, you belong to that category of less than 30% of the total population in the relevant age group who are in higher education. So that is very important that we are welcoming you to this portal of this higher education. Many of you may decide to move further and go to the next level. That is master's degree, some of you even PhD. Others may decide to go for jobs, may join a profession, like we are having our law students be LLB and become LLB, so they may decide to be the legal practitioners or may become entrepreneurs. But from today, as our Honorable Vice Chancellor has christened you, all of you will have one common identity, that is a Xaverian. And as people say, all the Xaverians say, once a Xaverian, always a Xaverian, so it will be for the rest of your life. Many of you are having different emotions and experiencing the excitement of entering this portal of St. Xavier's. I can assure each and every one of you that you are here because you deserve to be and because you can bring something new, something meaningful to this diverse learning community, as well as our Father Vice Chancellor and before that Father Pro Vice Chancellor mentioned, the entire society. So welcome. In this context, I will also like to mention one or two things what will may be important for you and important for all of us. As you know that we don't have a concept of the ex-student, we have the concept of the current student and the old student. So I know you will love this institution, but just for the love of this institution, don't decide to stay back, what you can say, as a regular student beyond your time span. Your registration is valid for your course duration plus 2 years as stipulated by UGC. But don't worry, rest of the life, you are a Xaverian, you are as a member of the Alumni Association of St. Xavier's University. Now, how can you be involved? How can you be a good Xaverian? Our Vice Chancellor, Father Vice Chancellor has already mentioned. But I like to point out one thing. Please be here with the teachers, with all of us, what you can say, on 100% basis. That means please attend each and every class. Of course, we have a rule that is 75% is the minimum attendance you have to maintain. Unless you decide that I shall continue for a longer period of time, let me be attendance debarred so nobody can promote me, I can continue. But my request is please no. So this is something which is important for all of us. Second thing, what I like to inform you that in addition to your regular teaching learning, the academic credits, we have 2 non-academic credits. One of that is a compulsory social credits, which will be earned through the outreach program. And you will definitely you will be contacted by the teachers, by our social work program coordinator. And I know this is not for the completion of the credit. You will enjoy it. Enjoy to be involved both in the curriculum, co-curriculum, and also extracurricular activities in this university. We have number of societies. You can join any one of the society. In fact, you can join more than one society. Like we have the Film Society, we have the Xavier's Commerce and Management Society, we have Debating Society. So each of the society has an objective to bring out your potentiality. And that is very, very important. Because a Xaverian is always considered as something what he or she possesses may be different from others, may be very distinctive. And for that reason, expectation level also goes up. As you know that our classes right now will be online. It will be primarily Google Meet. Now the teacher or the teachers may also decide to go for the Microsoft Teams. Plus, you will have your continuous internal assessment. And that is another way, because some of these components, it is not only the written test. In addition to the written test, you will be preparing your assignments. There will be seminars where you will be presenting, and all these things count a lot. But my request is that please take these things very seriously. And also we have few other things, like right now you are not able to join our extracurricular activities like sports and games, but I am confident that very soon this pandemic will be over and we will be able to welcome you inside the campus. And there you will be participating, you will be having other activities. And all these would be very important. We have a very rich library. E-resources would definitely be shared with you, but also we have physical library resources. So you can experience this rich library, which is in a separate building. We have the placement cell. It is actually under the supervision of the placement officer, but that will not be important for you right at this moment. But in the 5th semester, you will be given this, what you can say, this link to join this placement cell so that you can register. So that way you will learn number of things here. But again, my request is there. Please, every day, every moment, you please remember from now on, you are what we nowadays popularly mentioning as brand ambassador. So I can say the representative of St. Xavier's, because outside society will identify St. Xavier's through you and primarily through you, not through us. So you have a huge responsibility from today. Once again, welcome to this St. Xavier's University. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for introducing students to the rules and regulations of the university. Let us now look at a video introducing the university.
Right from the beginning, I have been emphasizing on quality of teaching, quality of learning at this university. That's one of the areas we want our students to excel. Quality education, so that they become quality human beings and quality leaders. The university like this has different stakeholders. For me, first and foremost, the student community is the stakeholder. Secondly, of course, is the management. Third, the faculty members. Fourth, the support staff. Fifth, the alumni. And finally, the parents of our students. All these are important in a university because each segment takes its responsibility to make the university to go forward, to make the university relevant academically and otherwise, so that every student who joins this university becomes a leader.
May I now request Dr. Achyut Chetan, Dean of Arts and Social Studies, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Sayani. With Honorable Vice Chancellor's permission, let me welcome the young students, our newest members to the university. In August 2021, towards what is hopefully the end of a pandemic that has devastated the whole world and reminded us of the need to join our hands together to protect our collective future, you all are entering the hallowed portals of St. Xavier's University. It is a delicious irony that the word portal, which originally meant a magnificent door of a magnificent building, has now come to mean, among other things, the area of a body where a beam of radiation enters, and also the virtual entrance to an organization's online architecture. For a generation like yours that inhabits the virtual space and the physical world with equal at-homeness, this, I think, is a symptom of a rich complementarity. To a generation like yours, I believe St. Xavier's University affords a perfect platform, a union of veins that will bring all the essential supplies of spiritual, intellectual, and physical growth to your hearts. You've all been drawn to this university in an exercise of your own private pursuits of a truth that we are publicly committed to make accessible to you. In formally thanking all the individuals and the groups who have made today's program possible, I must begin with, of course, Honorable Father Vice Chancellor, the Reverend Father John Felix Raj. Before our gratitude overflows the bounds of formality, I must remind everyone present here, online and offline, that it is his almost utopian vision, imagined in times like these, that this university embodies in substantial measure. We all know how difficult it is to sustain the spirit of universal love and care. The word care appeared, I noticed many times today in his speech, in a world increasingly fragmented and broken. And that is the task all of us, including the students, will be working towards. I want to thank Father specially for giving his precious time today and reassuring all the youngest members of the university of the sense of divinity, care, and safety that the university is here to provide them. I would also like to thank Father for placing our university in the wider framework of higher education in this country and reminding us of how uniquely ancient and yet how contemporary we are. I'd also like to thank Honorable Father Pro Vice Chancellor, Father Sebastian Raj, for the warm welcome he has provided to our students. In a capacity that is uniquely his, Father has, at the very outset, welcomed the students not just to our university, Essex UK, as the students will soon begin to call it with fondness, but to the entire world of Jesuit organization. In his becoming ways, he has explained to us what it means to be a Xaverian, in the sense that you do not have to try hard to be a Xaverian, but just allow yourself to be transformed by this amazing institution with respect, willingness, and almost automatically. I would like to specifically thank him for beautifully bringing out the social and constitutional vision of the university and reassuring us all of the commitment of the institution to the cultural diversity and human creativity this country embodies. Next, I would like to thank our Professor Ashish Mitra, respected Registrar of the University, who shares the burden of the unenviable task of dealing with the nitty-gritty of converting the aesthetic and spiritual vision of the university into tangible facts and data. As you must have already noticed, Professor Mitra explained to you the less enjoyable details of the university with an unparalleled grace. In a sense, he is an organic part of this organization, whose presence defines some of its core values. And what a wonderful coincidence it is that you all are joining the university on the auspicious day of his birthday. Along with thanks, dear sir, I'm also taking this opportunity to wish you a happy birthday on behalf of all the faculty, staff, and students. I'm sure there are claps which you can't hear right now because people are sitting in their respective rooms. But nevertheless, happy birthday, sir. I'd also like to thank the deans of all the faculties of this university, especially Father Susai Naigam, who also happens to be the director of the university library, whose leadership makes the university library the vein of the intellectual supply for all the students and the faculty. I'd like to thank the Deans of Faculty of Commerce and Management, Dr. Somak Moitro, the Dean of Business School, Dr. Monodeep, and the Dean of the School of Law, Professor Devashish. I share the excitement with all the other faculty members here, the heads of the department and the junior and senior faculty members at welcoming the new students here. Thanks to all the faculty members. A grateful thanks, of course, to the IT department of the university, Mr. Maloy Mitro, the coordinator, and his associates, Mr. Jorman Nondi and Sudeep Dotto. Thanks are also due to Dr. Angana Moitro for her beautiful rendition from the Bible and adding the touch of the sacred to this morning and reminding us of the saltiness of the salt that we are. Last but not the least, I extend my thanks to Professor Shayoni Shaha, today's Master of Ceremony, for making this entrance of all these young students to our university as warm a welcome as can be. Thanks to all the students and welcome to you. Thanks to their parents and friends who are participating in this event through any of the virtual modes. You make us who we are, and we appreciate that from the bottom of our hearts. Your joining us today makes us more youthful, illuminated, and committed to our goals. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. As we come to the end of the induction program, we would like to convey our best wishes to our new undergraduate students as they embark on their academic journey. We are privileged to welcome you into this vibrant learning atmosphere, and we look forward to the fresh ideas and energy you will bring to this university. God be with you all as you make great stride in your learning endeavor. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shaini.
Thank you, Father.